sorry. I thought for sure we would find her today.
That's all right. I knew it was unlikely anyways. If she's not back by tomorrow, we'll try again.
And I will come with you.
No, that's all right. You've already missed a day of work. You don't have to miss any more on my account.
Tomorrow's Saturday. I have Saturdays off. I'll go.
Oh, thank you. Where do you live? I'll go back to your station.
Right by the station where we started, so you can just drop me off there. What about you? Where are you staying today?
I actually don't have a place to stay. I slept on the streets last night.
No, not you too. Stay with me tonight.
No, that's all right. I don't mind roughing it for one more night. It gives me a taste of what it's like her, you know?
Sage, you don't have to punish yourself. You didn't do anything wrong.
All the same, I feel guilty
For what?
for surviving what she did.
But Sage, she's still alive.
I hope you're right.
I know I'm right. I saw her with my own eyes last night. You'll see her soon again. Until then, stay with me. I insist.
Won't your fiancé have a problem with this?
Kyle. I guess he might, but he'll just have to deal with it. I'm sure he has more important things on his mind, like his promotion or computers or...
Do you love him?
It's funny. If you had asked me that yesterday, I would have said yes in an instant.
And today?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
You're gonna marry this guy? You're not even sure if you love him? Then what are you marrying him for? Does he care? Does he love you back?
Wait, no. I am sure. I'm just getting cold feet. It's normal. It happens to everyone before they get married. And of course Kyle loves me. Why else would he have proposed to me in the first place?
There are a lot of reasons a man might want to marry a woman he doesn't love. Money, status, maybe just because he wants power.
You've never even met Kyle. How dare you assume...
I'm not assuming anything. I'm just guessing, trying to figure out what's wrong with him.
There's nothing wrong with him.
There must be something. You must be doing something that hurts you, whether it's intentional or not. Why else would you have held out your engagement ring while you were trying to kill yourself?
I didn't.
Olivia, the moment I first met you, you were standing on the edge of the platform, ready to jump. Now what I want to know is, why?
I wasn't really going to jump. I was just...
Thinking about it?
It was a fleeting thought, that's all. An impulse, a whim.
A whim?
I wasn't serious.
You looked pretty serious to me before I told you away.
I wasn't. You're mistaken. I wasn't doing anything.
But you were thinking about it. And that's just as dangerous.
You're wrong, though. It has nothing to do with Kyle.
I think it does.
You're wrong. Kyle is my only comfort. I love him. I do, really. It's everything else.
Does he know? Does he know that you think about throwing yourself in front of a train?
No. He doesn't need to know. I can handle this myself.
Handle what, Olivia? Your whim to kill yourself? What would that help? Would that solve anything?
No, I know. I didn't do it, did I?
Only because I held you back.
You're right. I just don't know what got into me. No, I do. I see death every single day. I hear those patients gasp for their last breath, the flat line of the machine, it gets into my senses. I can smell it. I can smell when they're dying that day. I feed them in the morning. When I come back, they're dead. I breathe in death. It's in me, very deep in a part of me I can't escape. But it's not the death itself that's so terrible. That's natural. It's the waiting, the slowly wasting away. Sometimes I think it would just be easier to go sooner, quickly, to get on with whatever comes next.
Olivia, that feeling, it's in all of us. We're all scared. We're all waiting to die. I've been there, Olivia. In that hospital bed. I was only 12, but I remember it. I woke up from that coma and everything hurt, and I couldn't move anything. I thought I was dead and that this is it. This is what happens when you die. You're a mind trapped in a body, still aware of everything. I kept waiting for someone to find me, and I'd wonder what would happen next. Would they bury me? But while I was there, I listened. My hearing was kind of muffled, but this is what I could hear. This beat, Olivia, it's how I knew it was alive, vibrantly alive, and you are too. Don't use death as your security because you're afraid to live. You're not living, Olivia. I was stuck in a hospital bed. I didn't have a choice, but you can choose to live. Don't you see? It's simple. You just have to let it all go. Your unfulfilling job and your safe future as the wife of a man who you don't even love.
but I've made promises to my dad, to Kyle.
I think your dad, if he really loves you, would want you to do what's best for you. And as for Kyle, are those promises even worth keeping? What has he ever given you besides that hunk of a ring I saw you practically throw away? Love? Do you think he really loves you?
Yes, I do.
Right. Olivia, why do you keep clinging to this idea that you have the perfect relationship? You love him, he loves you, everything's just dandy, isn't it? You have to face the facts that if you are willing to contemplate suicide as a means of escape, then something is seriously wrong. Believe me, I've seen this happen before. You won't like where it leads.
What do you mean you've seen this happen before?
It happened to my mother.
Agatha tried to kill herself?
She drove into a speeding train. With me in the car. I don't think she realized I was there. I think she thought I was a hallucination. She had those back then. I was in a coma for months. When I woke up, my father told me she had died. See why I had to leave her out in the streets? Having a suicidal wife who, from all appearances, tried to murder her own son, that would certainly mar his reputation, especially when it was his treatment of her that drove her to do it. When I woke up, my father tried to cover it up as an accident, but I knew better. I was in the car that day. She saw the train. Don't you see? What I've been trying to tell you, what Agatha's been trying to tell you, she may not remember it consciously, but she clearly sees you treading the same path.
Do you think she remembers anything at all?
I don't know. The doctors didn't think she could, but it could have been full of crap. I found this on the platform yesterday. I made it for her in school 10 years ago, and it was on the dashboard the day of the accident. It must have survived somehow.
I've seen her with this. How did she get it after the accident, though, if it was in the car wreck?
I don't know. I was unconscious. Somehow she must have taken it with her.
Somehow.
Olivia.
Yeah?
Promise me. I'm sorry I tried to boss you around her. It's your life. You have control. You don't have to promise me anything. Who am I, after all, but some stranger barging into your life, telling you to change everything you know?
No, you're not.
But that's exactly who I am. And who I should be. Someone had to be there today, Olivia, because you won't see it for yourself. Someone had to keep you from jumping off the edge, and that someone was me. But you didn't need to let it get that far. You don't need me. You can fix this. However you want to do it. So, just promise me that you'll think things through before you do anything like get married or try to kill yourself. That's all. Remember Agatha and how when she tried to get out, she almost took me with her.
Okay. I promise. I'll remember you.
I haven't seen her since last night. She told me she didn't think it was a good idea, and then she left.
But the last time you saw her, this woman, Agatha, she was there?
Yeah, and that's why I called you. And did you do anything about it? No!
Sir, by the time we showed up on the scene, she wasn't there. Rest assured, we're doing our best to track down this woman.
Well, clearly your best isn't good enough. Because this morning, she left me a voicemail message saying that there's no Lopez Agatha woman. God knows why. And then I called her work, and they told me she never showed up. My Olivia never misses work. I knew something fishy was going on.
Sir, our normal procedure is to wait 72 hours before we investigate a missing persons report.
72 hours. Who knows what can happen to her in that time? She's been kidnapped, I tell you. You think I don't know my own fiancé? That woman has some weird fascination with her. She did it, I'm sure.
Sir, before we jump to conclusions. Why, he's right. This whole business stinks with suspiciousness, doesn't it? You mean, let's take a look around. Let's see if we can find anything about this Agatha woman. Just standard evidence collection, of course. Can you give us a description of her?
She's a about yay high, 23 years old?
No, sir. A description of Agatha, the homeless lady.
Right.
Do you know her height, approximate age?
I'm not sure about her height. Early 50s, I guess.